My name is Domitrovich. I'm currently serving almost my 5th year. September will be my 5th year out of 6-year commitment with the Pennsylvania Air National Guard out of Pittsburgh, PA, connected right along the airport. In 2009, once I graduated high school, I went into basic military training. I was told that I was going to be an element leader. I was in charge of 13 individuals. So that was my first big experience leading. We'll get into that a little more later. From there, in September of 2009, I graduated MGMT honor graduate. I was one of 73 out of 737 people that graduated with honors. And then I moved into my technical school training, which I learned to be a security forces officer. Again, I was put in charge of a squad, this time squad leader, and I was with my peers. All my peers were 2 or 3 ranks above me. So it was a privilege to be that, and I felt very out of place, but it was a great learning experience as well. Also graduating, top of my class, distinguished graduate, so everything's kind of built off one another throughout my entire process. It's been a very good, beneficial process, tough process, but sometimes the best things in life are the hardest things. So, that's pretty much it. Basically, the first thing that you learn when you're in the military, they break you down to your lowest point and they build you back up with what they want to instill inside of you. And those 3 things are our core values: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. So the first thing that I can always relate to in any situation I walk into, typically around students my age or a little younger, just the dedication that I have that other people don't, the willingness to get things done in the correct manner in the most efficient time, being able to know that when I set my work down, it's done correctly, proper, and there's no second guessing it whatsoever. Along with that, you learn a lot of soft skills, whether it's compassion. It could be along the lines of your skill set, which I find are more hard skills, but those are harder to transfer than most of the other soft skills that I've learned. The leadership I touched on, being an element leader, is something that I just was thrown into. It was one of those things that they say leaders are born and not made. But for me, I was kind of made, and I was pushed into that situation. It was a very beneficial situation, and I've learned a lot of things about compassion and how to treat people, how diversity is so important in the sense that you really do have to stand in everybody's shoes to really understand who they are. And whenever you do that, they respect you so much more for actually taking the time to listen. So that is something that I've learned that other people my age do not do yet. Obviously some people do, but there's a lot that still need to learn that. And I think that's something that was very beneficial for me, and then I take into my graduate assistantship here at the university. I'm now in charge of 22 students, mentors at the university, helping freshmen with retention here. And it's those things, the number one thing that all my coworkers tell me is that I'm very patient, and that's something that I've learned throughout time, just to be patient with situations, that things are going to work out the way they're supposed to. Mistakes are okay as long as you turn them into lessons. That's the only way you grow as individuals, is making those mistakes, but making sure that you benefit from those mistakes so they don't happen again. I would say the one big thing is being understanding with everyone, because in the military you have a mindset where it is solely business, in the sense that whatever the top down says, that's what you have to do and there's no questioning it. And I feel like sometimes, especially with the role that I'm in now, a lot of the students try to second guess everything, or they say, well, why do we have to do this, or why don't do it this way? And it's frustrating in a sense that, hey, these are the orders pretty much. Just do what you have to do, we'll get it done correctly. But I'd say that is the number one thing that's hard to transfer over, is the understanding. But then sometimes the communication as well. I'm very big on communication. I feel like that's the only way to progress through as a group, is everyone being close-knit, on the same page, and working very hard together. And that relationship that's how it all builds, starting with trust. And just for some reason it seems like, I don't know if it's just this particular age group that we work with, that's hard to instill in people. And those are things that I have, and it's very frustrating, me not being able to help them progress through that. But it is also one of those things, it's a learning environment. They have to learn it from themselves. They have to experience it themselves. The other disadvantage, I'd say, are the hard skills, in the sense that I'm a security officer, and that doesn't always transfer very well with particular jobs. It's just tough if you want to go into something else. Like my undergrad, I have a bachelor's degree in human resource management. There's not a lot of overlap with using weapons and certain codes and things like that, but I can say being able to interact with people, there's always something you can take from it. So being able to talk with someone, we always call it verbal judo. Being able to get through to them in a situation that's high stress and being able to calm them down in a situation is very beneficial, and that's something I actually taken from that, which goes really well into my career path.
Oh, awesome stuff.
The biggest thing is that experience. That's with anybody, like especially with your elders and your mentors that you look up to. The reason there are in those situations is through experience, and I've been very blessed to have these experiences, and I've done things, I've seen things that a lot of people will never see in life, and it's through those experiences that you become humble and you become blessed, and you really take everything for what it's worth, and you take nothing for granted. And I think that sets me apart from other people, just that mental aspect. But then it's also those skills that I was talking about already, the soft skills of being compassionate, seeing people fail but being able to pick them back up so they succeed again. Just having the ability to do things, I think, and giving people opportunities. I think that's something that's extremely important as well. And it's something that we've learned throughout time, is that the only way to progress is giving people the ability, or having the ability to progress. And then you learn those skills, you build those relationships. It's just all that entire mindset that I believe that I have, just being able to connect with people on different levels. And that's through those experiences I had with meeting all these diverse people across the globe.
Well, thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate you sharing your experience.
Absolutely. Thank you.